As a freelancer of any type, it can be really difficult to figure out what percentage of your time to spend marketing versus what percentage of your time you'll spend doing client projects. Now, when you start your business, it's going to look quite different from hopefully when you're established. A new freelancer of any type will have to spend most of their time marketing, probably 80 to 90%, because they don't have any clients yet. They also don't have an established pipeline for new leads to their business, so it's not easy necessarily to find those prospective clients, and it can take a while to ramp your marketing efforts up. That's one of the biggest reasons why people burn out on freelancing, is because they don't realize just how much work really goes into perfecting all of the pieces that help to land you clients. There are different marketing methods out there, and some work for some freelancers, whereas others don't work at all. The only way to know for sure what's going to work for you is to test it out. Do plenty of research about your chosen marketing method or platform. Become an expert at it. When I first got started with freelance writing in 2012, I'll admit I had no idea what I was doing. And it was only through studying my chosen platform to land business, which at that time was Elance and has now become Upwork, that I was able to start landing gigs. Now, as my business has grown, I've tested other marketing methods like cold email pitching and using LinkedIn, but it took time for each one of those to turn around actual results for me to land the business and spend more of my time on client projects. Now, even when you're fully booked as a freelancer, and this is something that a lot of people make the mistake of not doing, you still need to be marketing. It's a misperception that you can be fully booked and that you'll stay fully booked with those clients forever. Clients can cancel contracts, you might need to move on, the business that you're working with can fold altogether, or new employees can be brought on that make your role obsolete, or they're difficult people to work with and you don't want to stay with that client anymore. Therefore, even when your business shifts and you're spending 80 to 90% of your time on client projects and the other part doing your marketing work, you never want to let the marketing go altogether. I've worked with a lot of advanced freelancers in my one-on-one coaching program, and this is a really common sticking point where they assume they can let the marketing go because frankly, they're too busy working on client projects. Now, it's certainly a great thing to be fully booked with work, but if you let your marketing pipeline dry up because you haven't done anything in weeks or months, it might take you that same amount of time to ramp up your efforts all over again when one of those clients cancels or the project comes to a natural conclusion. You should always be involved in marketing at least to some extent so that you can put it on automation as much as possible. For example, when I'm fully booked, I'm not spending hours and hours per week on marketing, but I am spending 3 to 5 hours of my time because I want to be prepared and not feeling like I'm out of luck or scrambling if something happens to one of my current contracts. This gives you a great deal of peace of mind if something unexpected does occur because you already have warm leads in the pipeline that you can reach out to. Starting those conversations from scratch is much harder. It can take weeks or months and sometimes even longer to convert a prospective client into a paying client. So you always want to have prospective leads in the line. Now, one of the common places where people get stuck with this is they say, well, if I'm constantly marketing and I'm fully booked, what happens if one of these prospective clients says yes? This gives you an opportunity to do a couple of things. First of all, you could let go the client whose project no longer fits you the best. So if it's a small project, if it's a client who's been difficult, but you were relying on that income, now is a good time to reevaluate that as you bring on someone new. You could also outsource portions of your work or the entire project to another freelance professional so that you can remain focused on working on other projects. It's never a bad problem to have when you're trying to figure out what to do with all of this work and if more people are saying yes to you. In fact, that's usually a sign you need to raise your rates, and you'll need to adjust your business practices as a result too. But don't go into the concept of marketing of thinking that it's too big of a problem that you might get too many clients saying yes, because the reverse of that is having no clients say yes because you're not marketing at all, and having 2 to 3 months of a freelancing dry spell, which is also known as the feast or famine cycle. It can be really hard to dig your way out of that, and you want to avoid that if at all possible. I have been close to fully booked or fully booked in my freelance business for at least the last 5 years, but I've never stopped the process of marketing because you never know when something is going to wrap up. So when you start your business, expect to spend 80 to 90% of your time marketing, building a website, creating samples, sending pitches, evaluating marketing methods, and more. Over time, that will shift, but never give up marketing. To learn more tips about growing your freelance business, check out betterbizacademy.com.